Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Beast! Peekaboo. I see you because I'm... Oh, damn it. YouTube famous now. Available in 2021. The album, Dad AF. Rock on, Gold Dust Woman. Beast! Beast! How are you guys doing today? Happy Thursday. It is really cold in Indianapolis. Very windy and blustery outside. It is like a perfect Halloween day in Indianapolis. And to go with a perfect Halloween day, the third part of Shane Dawson's so very spooky series, I Survived. The fan edition. I Survived. Lip gloss. He should have done a series. If he really wanted to do a scary horror series, he should have done a series and called it I Survived, the Beauty Guru series. And it could be all about how he survived being part of what he referred to as the circus back in the day. Anyway, let's get into today's video. I have two things to talk about today. I will talk about Shane Dawson, his third part to his series, but more importantly than that, Shane Dawson has released new merch around this series, which people are confused about, and I'm getting tons of DMs about. So anyway, there's that. And then also the fact that Britney Spears might be buying Jeffree Star's mansion in Calabasas. Did you guys hear about this? Okay, so which one should I talk about first? Well, people care less about Jeffree Star, I think. So we'll feed out the longer story later. Let's talk about this whole Jeffree Star, Britney Spears thing. And I have to say, honestly, like, you know, okay, as rumors go about all this kind of stuff of who's buying whose houses and all that kind of stuff, that's like very page six paparazzi stuff. But what's cringe to me was that Jeffree Star actually tweeted out about it, right? So this news started floating around yesterday. It was picked up by some major gossip publications. The New York Post posted, Britney Spears and fiance toured Jeffree Star's flashy mansion. And they put up here, I'll put the pictures up here. They put up pictures of Jeffree Star's mansion, and then like the inside you can see pictures of it, and then in the middle they have a picture of Britney Spears and her fiance. So here it is. Here's the article. I will read it to you. Gimme more property. A month after her dad, Jamie Spears, was suspended from her 13-year conservatorship, the newly engaged Britney Spears was spotted with her fiance, Sam, I cannot pronounce his last name, Agshari, on Tuesday afternoon house shopping. The two, who have been open about wanting to find a new home after her conservatorship officially ends, were seen touring a 16... touring. In Indiana, only in Indiana in the Midwest, do we take a word like touring, okay, and we turn it into touring. That's being from the Midwest. Anyway, hey Hoosiers, how you doing? Okay, the two, who have been open about wanting to find a new home after her conservatorship officially ends, were seen touring a $16.5 million Los Angeles estate in the upscale Hidden Hills area that once belonged to makeup guru Jeffree Star. The move to start shopping for new houses comes after Britney's lawyers hired military security specialists to sweep her current Los Angeles mansion over the alarming allegations that her dad was spying on her and had bugged her house. The new property that Spears and her fiance looked at is located in the gated Ashley Ridge section of Hidden Hills and would be a major upgrade from her present home in the Thousand Oaks neighborhood. Then it shows them walking around. Specifically, the home is made up of 7 bedrooms and 13 bathrooms. You can basically see a tour of it if you want to go over to Jeffree Star's channel. He still has that video up, I believe. 13 bathrooms spanning nearly... She didn't even need to go to the house. She could have just watched Jeffree Star's video. Spanning nearly 20,000 square feet. By contrast, her current home is made up of 5 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms and spans over 13,000 square feet. However, in terms of land, her current home has 20 acres as opposed to the 3-acre home she was spotted touring. Yeah. Touring, okay? We also say caramel instead of caramel over here. So anyway, okay. The Hidden Hills home is very secluded and would provide optimal privacy. It comes with 2 guest houses, a 4,700 square foot garage for 10 or more cars, and a 3,700 square foot barn accessed by a separate driveway, according to the listing. And then it goes through here and it shows a bunch of pictures of the listing, of all of the rooms, and, okay. And then it says, a French Normandy style estate. The home comes with several top-notch amenities, including a red velvet designed home theater with custom seating, a large game room with a wet bar, a 2-story gym with a steam and sauna complete. We already know what all the house already has. Okay, so it goes on and talks about the house. It shows like all the pictures and all the pink atrocities of the world that you would want if you were Jeffree Star, apparently. And then it goes on. A source previously told Page Six that upon hearing the judge's ruling that her father would be suspended from her conservatorship, Britney became overly emotional. Britney burst into tears upon hearing the judge's decision. The source explained, for the longest time she had begun to think that she would never see the day that her father's domineering control over every single aspect of her life would end, but it finally happened. The insider added, she's in shock and at a loss for words, but literally jumping for joy. She hasn't felt joy like this in 13 years. So, congratulations to Britney Spears on that. And I think there are so many people out there that are in support of that move, right? Anyway, let's talk about Britney Spears buying this house. It was interesting when I saw the tweet that Jeffree Star put out. Oh, should I talk about that? Okay. So, Jeffree Star put this tweet out. Let me pull it up in my receipts. Whitney. He put a tweet out. Okay, so somebody tweeted out and said, Britney Spears and her fiance toured, like, oh my god, like T-U-R-D. Do you know what? Did you watch my video the other day when I was talking about Trisha Paytas? And I said that Trisha Paytas thought that they were holding the redemption arc, but instead they were just holding this big turd, and they were like at a Christmas party. You know, like the Christmas party where the white elephant game, where you try to get rid of the present that nobody wants. And Trisha Paytas was holding this turd that they thought was the redemption arc, but it was really just a turd, and they couldn't get rid of it to give it to anybody. So... But turd is spelled T-U-R-D, not T-E-R. What am I even talking about? I've lost my mind. Okay, so somebody tweeted out, Britney Spears and her fiance, Sam, toured a $16.5, I'll never see that word in my head the same again, $1 million estate in Hidden Hills, California on Tuesday. And Jeffree Star retweeted and said, will Britney Spears buy my LA mansion? We shall see, ... And I just like saw this and I immediately was like, that is so cringe, okay? That is so cringe, first of all, for a public figure like Britney Spears, who has done nothing but like demand privacy over the last couple years and wanted to be on her own, Jeffree Star takes this moment, okay, to make it about him, right? Like, allow the girl to have some privacy. You know, I saw actually, there were tons of comments underneath Jeffree's tweet that were saying to Jeffree, everybody knows your house is really popular, you've made videos about it, it's been in the news, like this is not the home for Britney Spears, like Britney deserves to be somewhere that's a lot more private, right? And then people would counter that and they would say it's a gated community, it's extremely safe, you know, blah, 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 whatever. That being said, I don't know that what I think about this moment for Jeffree Star to come out and be like, well, basically, you know, using Britney Spears' popularity to bring some attention to himself. Will Britney Spears buy my house? We'll find out. I don't know. She'll probably get a good deal on it if she has, because you've had to mark down the price a little bit because nobody's wanting that big deal. So anyway, I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Do you think Britney Spears will end up buying Jeffree Star's house? If I had $16.5 million, and I'm not saying that it's a horrible home. There's parts of the home that are beautiful, right? I just sit in that pool all day long. True story, I would. I love a good pool day. I just sit by that pool all day long. But if I had that kind of money to spend, well, first of all, my husband and I, we always talk about this, like when we're watching the Real Housewives and stuff like that, watching their houses. There's a couple houses that I would probably, well, first of all, oh shoot, why can't I think of her name? Damn it! From Real Housewives of Atlanta. What? Her name is on the tip of my tongue. The one, I'm gonna have to Google it, but it's the one that has the chalet. She's the first one that I would love to have her house. Hold on a second. Why can't I think of her name? Real Housewives, Atlanta. Her name starts with an S too, and I can't think of it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Okay, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Oh my gosh. Cherie, is it Cherie? Okay, so Chateau Cherie, do you guys remember? Okay, that house would be one of mine that I would be at my top of my list. Kyle's house from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Her house is absolutely gorgeous. It's very colonial, you know, looking, I love that. Did you see Kathy Hilton's homes? Damn! And so, I mean, there's really interesting homes that you could buy. I don't know that Jeffree Star's Hidden Hill, I mean, anyway. So, let me know what you think in the comment section below about Britney Spears buying Jeffree Star's house. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about is Shane Dawson, who has now become the marketer of the world again. And he is feeding out the third part of this series like nobody's business. I guess this series is going to be released in about 42 minutes as I'm sitting here making this video, because I was over on his Instagram story and he's doing one of those countdown things, you know, to the countdown of the release of the video. So here, let me show you what he has when you go over to his Instagram really quick. Let me pull up my receipts. The first thing that he has is he is proof watching the video back. He puts that up. Then he's more proof watching, and then it says see you tomorrow, and he did this countdown thing. You can see that when I pulled up the receipts, it was 55 minutes and 26 seconds that he had left. And then the next one, I mean, he is like really feeding this out. I guess hoping that he gets optimum viewership on this. More screenshots from the video he put up. And and then he has new merch out. Did you guys hear about this? This is sweet. This is so sweet. So I got the email for it, and then I started getting all of these comments and DMs. And for example, here is one I will give a little shout out to Shelby. Drink your juice, Shelby. Shelby tweeted or direct messaged me and said, Peter, did you see that Shane is already pushing merch for his new series? Thoughts? And so I was like, at first I just was like, whatever, you know, who cares? And so let him do what he wants to do. If he wants to push new, I don't know, series slimes or whatever. So I went over to his website, and there are 3 new things that you can purchase over there. The first one is, so here, let me show you when you go over to his website. Here are like the 3 new items all together. And then the next one is a hoodie, which is $50. And it's the I Survived hoodie, okay? And when you pull it up, it just says underneath it, it has a screenshot of his face, basically the same thing that I've used for my thumbnail in the last 2 Shane Dawson videos. And it says underneath it, a Shane Dawson series. And then, okay, what's so funny to me about this is, okay, I'm not really, okay. Well, let's talk about the rest of the shirts first. So then the next thing is an I Survived. Same picture of him. He's like in a television screen. And then it says horror in the corner. And it says I Survived. And it's like the third, it's the long sleeve t-shirt. And then the third one is a short sleeve t-shirt with basically the same thing on it. Okay, with like a TV. Like you're watching a horror movie, but it's like the I Survived series. So here's the thing, okay? Either Shane Dawson is going to start doing this entire new series on his channel, not just this one 3-part series, but an entire new series called I Survived, where he goes to spooky places. Either that's what's going on, and this is him like prepping people for that, and he's going to announce that at the end of the video, or this is the new direction that he's going to go because he's always wanted to do horror movies or whatever. Or this is legit just merch based off of this 3-part series that he just put out. And if that's the case, now I haven't watched the 3rd part of this series yet, but I have a hard time believing I'm going to be peeing my pants from fear, okay? I'm just saying. I have a hard time believing that it is going to be so terrifying that I am going to be like, oh my God, I have to have an I Survived sweatshirt. So yet again, it's, you know, merch out there to get all those people that are the diehard Shane fans. It's one thing they don't have, right? It's like, and honestly, this is just, you guys want complete transparency over here. Of all of the Shane Dawson merch that he has put out, the pig stuff and all this, I actually think this is the cutest, okay? But this is coming from somebody that loves true crime and loves horror movies. I actually, like, if I was a Shane Dawson fan, like, this is the stuff that I would want. And he knows that, right? Which, okay, fine. He's got to make money. Hey, more power to you. I think that's great. You know, whatever. So he's doing that. But, like, are you going to put out new merch for every series that you put out? Because this series, let's be for real, is not highly filmed, not highly edited, not highly scripted and put together like the past 4 series that he's done. He just kind of threw this series together and edited it late at night. To me, this is like no different than what 50 million other YouTubers do on a regular good week, right? So I'm like, you're really building this up to be something. And what for me is going to be kind of sad is if the third part of this series isn't absolutely terrifying, then it's going to be kind of pathetic, honestly. It's going to be, here you are really building up how you're going to be this horror director, or you're going to build up these jump scares and whatever. And I honestly think this is part of the problem when you have a lot of yes men around you, when you have a lot of people that don't ever criticize you, don't ever tell you what you need to work on, don't ever say, you know what, maybe you need to do this a little bit better, or have you thought about this, you know? I always ask people, like when I'm talking to like, if I talk to other YouTubers, I'll say like, you know, what do you think I could do different on my channels, or what do you think that I could do to better myself and whatever, you know? And some things I agree with and some things I don't. But when you have other people, when you have people around you that just are constantly saying to you, oh Shane, like your work is so fantastic, oh Shane, when you're like all that kind of stuff, it's like, well, there's nothing really to improve on, okay? Shane, your stuff's not that scary. It just isn't, okay? And the stuff that is scary about it, it's nothing new. I mean, we have new horror film directors out there, you know, that are like doing like just unbelievable things, right? We have like 4 or 5 horror directors out there that are literally being considered by film critics, okay, as not just horror movie directors, but they are creating some of the best film. Who is that? Oh my Lord, it's my husband. They are creating, hello? How's the drama phone? They are creating some of the most amazing films that we have ever seen with the newest ideas and the newest concepts. You have YouTube at your hand. You have a group of people that will literally film anything that you want them to do. Like, be creative. Let's push the limit of what you can do, you know? And make people scared if that's really what you want to do. I want to see what Shane Dawson can do. He has said that his dream is to be a horror writer, horror director for this long. I want to see what he can do, you know? I read a lot of this stuff. So, you know, I'm a big fan of horror novels. Right now, I'm currently reading The Whisper Man by Alex North, which is a horror novel. And it's terrifying. And it's a new concept, you know? It just came out 2 years ago. And it's a new concept about something. Grady Hendrix, who is one of my favorite authors of life, who wrote, just this year, came out with The Final Girls Support Group. And before that, the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, Horror Store, My Best Friend's Exorcism, We Sold Our Souls. I mean, these books that he has written are unbelievable. It's not just, hey, people like me, and let me just put out something that is going to be like kind of scary. His books are terrifying, okay? He's coming up with new concepts all the time. I just read My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. I didn't love the book, but his ideas, his concepts were new. They were different, you know? Push the limit, you know, Shane. You are somebody that people call genius level. If you really are that push, I want to see it. I want to be scared. I don't want it just to be a group of friends following. Hell, I could do that. I don't consider myself a horror genius, you know? I want to see that. So anyway, I'll be interested to see what happens in the third part of this series, but he's got merch out, buy it. You can go buy it. I think the hoodie is $50, the long sleeve t-shirt is $40, and the t-shirt is $25. What do y'all think about that? Let me know in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.